Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And we've got a quiet weather week ahead in the eastern part of the United States as we look at the satellite loop at the moment, midday on this Monday, the 23rd of October. On the lower right is Tammy, as it now has moved well away from the northern Leeward Islands. It's having an indirect impact on the weather in the eastern United States because it's actually helping to build a ridge of high pressure aloft in the east, and that is going to mean that while we are starting out on the cool side for today, and it's going to be a chilly night tonight, we're going to start seeing temperatures bounce up tomorrow, and then Wednesday and beyond, this ridge is going to pretty well hold eastern part of the United States, certainly Friday, and I think it might actually hold up through much of the weekend. There's a chance, don't hold me to it, but there is a chance that much of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states may not see rain this weekend on either day, which would be the first time in 8 weeks that that's happened. Meanwhile, with all of this happening in the east, we're getting to the time of year that you have to offset that with a trough in the western part of the United States, and that means the northern Rockies into the northern plains and eventually down into parts of the central Rockies and central plains and maybe even northwestern Great Lakes. During the next 7 days, we'll have two weather systems that will bring the first snows of the season. So that's where you would typically see it this time of year anyway. You don't typically see the first snows happening in the Northeast before it happens up in the plains and Rockies. But overall, this is really looking like a good week, mostly above normal temperatures and no rain in the forecast. You can see the radars are pretty dry up and down the eastern seaboard, getting rain and showers across Wisconsin and on up into Michigan with a weather system from there, but it's not moving eastward because of the ridge. It's moving northeastward up into Canada. Also, some rain in much of central Texas, and we're seeing some rain showers from the Dakotas southwest to parts of Wyoming and Idaho. So the WPC folks, this is the 7-day rainfall forecast, and this carries us through next Monday morning. So we're only talking about maybe a few hundredths, and probably not until Sunday night at the earliest for that. Heavy rains of several inches from central Texas northeastward all the way up into the western Great Lakes and the northern Great Lakes as well. And also seeing substantial moisture of a half inch to an inch from northwestern Minnesota southwestward into the northern Rockies. And a lot of this is going to wind up being snow. We'll probably be able to start showing snow amounts in the forecast. We'll do that tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Also seeing some rain on the order of 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half plus in the northwest, and some of that is going to be in the form of snow. So as we take a look at where this is all going, as I said, we've got strong high pressure in the eastern part of the United States dominating. The winds are going to go west tomorrow, southwest as we go west to southwest as we go through the latter part of the week. So temperatures 60s for Tuesday in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England, upper 60s and low 70s Wednesday, low to mid 70s Thursday and Friday, and maybe mid to upper 70s on Saturday. There's a weak front that tries to approach on Saturday. There's not much with it. It's going to get hung up just to our north. Then you can see the two storm systems in the west. I'll just back it up here. Starting tomorrow, cold air spreads into Montana and low pressure coming in from the Pacific Northwest. So you start to see this east-west band of snow. Washington State eastward into North Dakota. That continues into Wednesday and Thursday. And Thursday and Friday, we're talking about the Dakotas into Minnesota, followed by a second storm system. See it there in western Colorado over the weekend that brings snow to Wyoming and northern Colorado and eventually Nebraska, South Dakota, southern Minnesota, Wisconsin, northwestern Iowa. So we're going in the direction of colder weather and wintertime weather eventually, but at least this week we've got this nice ridge in the eastern part of the United States. So we'll finish up the month of October on the warm side. Joe and Joe Weather Show is tonight, folks, at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. So please check in.